Japan relies on JS Raige. What the ninja capable of? Japan has just put into service the fourth of its Taige-class diesel-electric attack submarines, SSKs, nicknamed Ninjas of the Seas, and equipped with better detection and anti-detection capabilities than older vehicles. Their main task is to monitor the movements of the Chinese Navy. The Taige-class submarine, named JS Raige, was placed in the Submarine Flotilla 1 at the Kure Naval Base, Hiroshima Prefecture, shortly after being delivered by Kawasaki Heavy Industries KHI to the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Forces JMSDF. What we know about the new Japanese submarine. As the Naval News website wrote, the submarine in question can count on a crew of about 70 members, has an overall length of 84 meters, a width of 9.1, a draft of 10.4, and a standard displacement of about 3,000 tons. It means, therefore, that the Ninja of the Seas is slightly larger than the previous Soryu-class SSKs, which are 84 meters long and 9.1 meters wide, and with a standard displacement of 2,950 tons. It was then noted that for the first time the Taige class has compartments reserved for women, in particular a living space that can accommodate up to 6 people. The vehicle is powered by a diesel-electric engine that generates 6,000 HP and has a maximum underwater speed of 20 knots. The construction cost about 70.2 billion yen, equivalent to $470 million. The JS Raige is equipped with ZQQ-8 high-performance sonar and new Kawasaki 12 volts 25/30 firsts, diesel engines with high output power, compatible among other things with a new snorkel system with improved power generation efficiency. The JMSDF has made it known that all boats in the Taige class are then equipped with lithium-ion batteries instead of lead-acid ones. The class also employs a new combat management system, CMS, that combines advanced integrated sensors, command and control systems, and weapon engagement systems. We also know that it adopts a next-generation sonar system based on fiber optic technology to improve detection capability and a non-penetrating periscope produced in-house by Mitsubishi Electric. A ninja to monitor China. The Taige class employs the same countermeasure system incorporated in the last 4 boats of the Soryu class. Specifically, it uses Japan's most recent torpedo called Type 18, which succeeds the previous Type 89. It has improvements in several areas, including propulsion, target detection, and processing. The submarine can also deploy the UGM-84L Harpoon Block II anti-ship missile against surface targets. Its range is 248 kilometers, enough to provide Japan with a counter-attack capability. Also, because the situation is increasingly tense throughout the Indo-Pacific. The Chinese Navy's 3rd aircraft carrier, the Fujian, is expected to be commissioned later this year, forming a 3-carrier task force with the Liaoning and Shandong. As a result, it is safe to assume that the Chinese Navy may pass through the so-called First Island Chain, located between Kyushu and the Philippines, and that it will most likely operate most frequently in the Western Pacific Ocean around Japan. Poland prepares Europe's largest army and targets nuclear weapons. Poland's Prime Minister, Donald Tusk, announces a plan to increase the army to 500,000 units and gain access to nuclear weapons. In recent years, Poland has invested massively in its defense, increasing its military budget to record levels in Europe. The current geopolitical context, marked by the Russian invasion of Ukraine and uncertainty over US foreign policy, has prompted the Polish government to further strengthen its armed forces. Prime Minister Donald Tusk recently outlined an ambitious plan to turn Poland into Europe's largest conventional military power. This goal includes doubling the number of active soldiers, implementing mandatory military training, and possible access to nuclear weapons. An army of 500,000 men and compulsory training. Currently, Poland has about 200,000 active military personnel, the third largest NATO army in Europe after those of the United States and Turkey. Tusk has declared his intention to raise this figure to 500,000, making Poland the nation with the largest armed forces on the continent. In parallel, the government plans to introduce a compulsory training program for all male citizens of military age. Although the details are not yet clear, Tusk stressed that every healthy man will need to receive basic training to defend the country in case of need. Women will be able to participate on a voluntary basis. This initiative aims to create a more defense-ready population, taking inspiration from similar models adopted by countries such as Finland and Israel. Nuclear power and Poland's change of strategy. One of the most controversial aspects of the plan concerns Poland's possible access to nuclear weapons. Tusk said he was in talks with France to include Poland under its nuclear umbrella and hinted at the possibility of exploring other options to strengthen the country's strategic deterrence. In addition, he announced his intention to withdraw Poland from the International Convention against anti-personnel mines, hinting that the government could consider using these weapons to strengthen defenses on the borders with Russia and Belarus. If these plans are implemented, Poland will become not only Europe's largest military power, but also a leading strategic player in the continent's security. That's it for now, and please consider to like and subscribe. Thanks.